right, here we are once again. Whoa. Aloha, good morning. Welcome everyone. Good rising. This is Wolf, and you're tuned in to another live broadcast of Waking Up with Wolf. Allow me to just make sure that, 1 second here. Just want to make sure that things are, oh God, as I get uncomfortably close first thing in the morning. Here we go. Okay, sweet, awesome. Let me just adjust that just a little bit. Oh God. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this broadcast, wherever you are, whenever you are. For those of you tuning into the recording in the future, again, equal bonus points to you. Hold on, give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure that the YouTube feed is okay. I just gotta rig this up a little bit better. There we go. Need to make sure the lighting's good so that you guys can see me properly. Is that gonna stay? Is that staying? All right, I think we're good. There we go. Okay, sweet. All right, okay, we're good to go. Sorry about that. Awesome. Wonderful. Okay, perfect. We are good to go. Welcome, everyone. This is Brendan, aka Wolf. You're tuned into Waking Up with Wolf. For those of you who may be new, for those of you who have been here like 20 times before, this is an opportunity for us to be able to begin our morning, to begin our rising, to begin our week with intention. So for those of you who are sitting here right now in this moment, I just invite you to begin moving your body in whatever way that feels natural for you. Again, sometimes it really is just that simple. So, like, Odin forbid that you happen to like miss one of these broadcasts, or maybe even it's a Saturday or a Sunday. What happens if you yourself just get into this routine of just kind of like waking up in the morning and just kind of like really listening to your body and really just kind of adapting an ability for you to just be like, I'm gonna do this, not because it's like what all the cool kids are doing, but because I know it feels good, because I know that there is a benefit to this, right? So again, just kind of like bring your arms up over your head, reaching for the sky, stretching as if there is no limits, just adding a little bit of a crescent from left to right on each side of your body, opening up the lungs a little bit. Bring your hands gently down to heart center. And again, just connecting with your breath. Your breath is such a valuable tool, such an incredibly important part of just your day-to-day life. And essentially, like, honestly, even if we were just tuning in here and if it was just like, hey, welcome to breathing for 30 minutes with Brendan, it's kind of got a ring to it too. Like, I would be down for that. Like, I would essentially want to be able to help support that because the breath is so important, so valuable. So there's so much that we want to be able to bring into this moment. And all of that can, again, just be encapsulated literally just by allowing ourselves to be in that place of mindfulness, by being in that place of presence. And I do invite you to just be able to, bring in the intention of who do you want to be for this week. And I think that's a very important thing to be able to reflect on. And again, as we're just kind of chatting here, some people are just kind of joining in on the fly. Just begin gently massaging your body, just moving your body. Like maybe you're like already standing up, maybe you're sitting down, maybe you're on the floor, maybe you're stretching. Again, really it's just like, we're just like a circle of people just kind of stretching our body right now, and we're just kind of chatting, and we'll just do a few more exercises, and we'll get into the chakra meditation. And I do just want to mention, for those of you who are on Facebook, be aware that the Facebook feed has a tendency to crash at any given moment. So if you are tuned in on Facebook, be sure to jump over to either YouTube or Instagram. But either way, please feel free to share this video on whatever platform you are on. And I do want to just be able to explain to you at the beginning that, yes, of course, this is kind of a service, a space, a class that we provide to the community as a pay what you wish, pay what you can contribution. If you're not able to financially contribute in any method, no worries at all. Again, simply you being here and paying the vibration forward is a way to be able to support in itself. But just know that the links to be able to donate are in the information for this video. For those on Instagram, they are in the info for my bio link. So if you just want to leave a few dollars after this, or just at any point throughout the month, please feel free to be able to do so, and it is greatly appreciated. And in doing so, you will also get added on as a super supporter, which gives you a 25% discount key for the quest item shop, which is a super awesome deal. And again, this is my devotion. This is me showing up, and having that energy exchange and support from the community is what makes it possible for everyone. So with that said, again, I want to be able to invite us to really just be able to reflect on who we are in this moment, and what is the story that we are telling ourselves. And I really invite us, and again, just kind of like massaging your body, just massage the face if you haven't already yet, and just kind of like take a moment here to just connect. And I really want to just be able to invite us to begin really becoming more aware of what story we are telling ourselves within our life. Because the story we are telling ourselves is so important, is so valuable. And, again, I think it's really, really cool. I think it's really potent if we can develop this mindset of, instead of just being like, oh, okay, like I'm just a human amongst a million gajillion other humans. And I'm just here, and I didn't plan to be here, but here I am. But instead, what if we can kind of adapt the story of understanding that each one of us is living this life, and this life in itself is like our movie. This life in itself is our hero's journey. And if that's the case, then we ourselves, you, are the hero of your own journey. And so every single day, every single week, I invite you to just be able to have that mindset, have that attitude where you can wake up and just be like, oh, yes, another day to be able to see how this story is unfolding, knowing that I am the hero of this journey amongst other heroes. Like, together, we are heroes together, working together. But really begin to see that and really begin to adapt this mindset that, again, like, what attitude you bring into things is going to change how you grow. If you're seeing things from the ability of understanding that uncertainty and uncomfortableness is actually what you want, is actually what is helping you grow, like, that's huge. That's huge. Instead of avoiding it, instead of running away from it and everything like that, no, understand, like, it's context, so it's important. But just understand that, again, when we come here and we challenge ourselves, we're flexing our muscles, we're becoming stronger, we're creating more space for us to grow into. So if you're like waiting to start that project, if you're waiting to begin your career as an entrepreneur, if you're trying to do something that you're just not entirely certain about, again, just keep stretching. Just keep stretching as we're chatting here. If you're waiting for things to be like entirely comfortable in order for you to be able to start, you're probably never going to start. So you have to understand that, like, you have to go in when it feels uncertain. And you don't have to be scared of that. In fact, you have to recognize and develop that relationship that the uncertainty is actually like what you want. When you feel something that's uncertain, you're just like, ooh, like, there's something I can grow through. Like, there's a new part of myself. There's a new edge of myself that I can move beyond. So I really just want to be able to reflect on that. So at this point, again, just inviting everyone to just do any sort of gentle stretches. Let's just connect with our breath and just drop into this space and just allow yourself to develop this practice of getting better through practice, of being able to drop into this space just by breathing, giving yourself this gift. Gentle inhales through the nose and the mouth. Gentle exhales. Again, gentle inhales, relaxing the face, straightening up the spine. Gentle exhales. Bringing ourselves into that space where, again, I want us to each really feel like we are Neo from the Matrix. And what I mean by that is being in that very Zen state where whatever comes at you, you can respond accordingly. You move into this place of effortlessness where you still have purpose, yet your reactions are guided through a sense of effortlessness, given your ability to just naturally flow. So it's like the stream, like the water itself. When you think of water, and as we're just breathing here, I just want you to just think of water just in this moment. Think of a stream. You think of water in itself. It is both soft and strong at the same time. water in itself will always follow the path of least resistance. It will flow to where the path naturally moves it to. Yet at the same time, water has the ability to carve the Grand Canyon. It has the ability to shape the world around itself. So when we allow ourselves to not only be like water, but to also be like fire, like earth, and like air, to embody the attributes of these elements, to have the flow of water, the ability to be able to move in an effortless way, in a natural way, to be like fire, to be able to move also at times with a degree of spontaneity, a degree of explosiveness, to be able to ignite the inspiration underneath ourselves and in others. To be like the earth, to be grounded, to be connected with deep purpose, to be connected with the spirit of the earth, with our ancestors, to be strong and formidable in our dreams, connecting again with our deeper purpose for being here. Having that there as an anchor to be able to guide us, to be able to move us through. Then of course, to be like air at the same time, to be able to have the wisdom beyond ourself, to be able to receive whispers on the wind, to be able to be guided by the etheric wisdom, to be able to be guided by the winds of heavens. Then of course, the fifth element, one of many more elements, the ether. The wisdom of the space between space, the wisdom of the interconnectedness of all things, the wisdom of our ability to exist beyond this present moment, which we'll be talking about more with the chakras. And so we are gifted, breathing into our breath in this moment, we are gifted to be self-aware, to be able to self-reflect, to be able to see ourselves as not being one thing. And this is a very, very powerful idea I want to be able to share with you. The idea that there are many archetypes. And I'm not sure if I've shared this before on this broadcast, but I'm going to do it now anyways, for those who haven't heard it before. There are many, many different archetypes that we are embodying. And this is just an idea that I want to be able to share. Something I was thinking about last week. Yet the true archetype, the truest archetype, is that of the fool, is that of the shapeshifter, is the archetype which can adapt to any archetype in a moment's notice, that can call forth any of the archetypes from within themselves. So understand what it means to be the fool, and the fool within the tarot is the one who sees the game. They are not simply locked into one single thing. They are malleable, they can shift, they can change their form, and you have that capacity. So embody the archetype of the shapeshifter, and in doing so, you can embody any archetype at any moment. So breathe deep into your heart, put your hands on your heart here. Again, with your eyes just gently closed. Allowing yourself to be able to fill your cup with peace in this moment. Allow this peace to be embodied. And allow yourself to be able to carry it with you through your day. Through whatever it is that you have to do. May you move through it like Neo. May you move through it with the flow of the One. May you move through your life like a martial arts. So take a few more breaths here, gentle inhales. Nice exhales. And that's another thing I want to be able to remind you of, something very, very important, something very powerful. Give you this as a gift, as a key. Something I was reflecting on just last week. It's this very simple idea of reminding ourselves that there is always time for one more breath. I want you to think about that. When you feel like you're just ready to move into that next thing, or you're just getting out of your car and you're just going into work, or you're just going into the gym, or you're just about to start working on your project, or maybe you're just in a moment by yourself. Remember, there is always time for one more breath. What does that mean to you? Think about that. To me, it means that we have the power to be able to orchestrate our reality more than we realize. If we feel like, oh, if I take one more breath, I'm going to be late. And obviously, context is important. If you're standing there and the bus is starting to pass by you, should probably run for it. But in other contexts, if you just say to the universe, like, hey, you know what, universe? I'm just going to take one more breath. In fact, I'm going to take 5 more breaths. And the universe is like, cool. We'll schedule things around that. And you'll walk to where you need to walk, and the synchronicities will still unfold. How powerful is that? You can orchestrate the schedule of your reality. And so if you take that time to really be like, okay, instead of rushing into the next thing, I'm going to take one more breath. I'm going to bring myself into center. You don't miss anything in doing that. In fact, you open yourself to more. So give yourself permission in this moment, allowing yourself to practice this patience. Give yourself permission right now for 3 more breaths. And I'm just going to stop talking. Suddenly you're just in your own space right now. You are here for 3 more breaths. Go right ahead. Be present. Enjoy this gift. Beautiful. How did that feel? Just thinking that moment. How did that feel for you? The breath is a gift. Give it to yourself as much as you wish. Beautiful. Awesome. So with that said, you can gently just kind of move your hands off your heart wherever you are right now. Again, just kind of roll the shoulders, open up your eyes, stretch out a bit, do a little bit of dance. Like literally, I just want you to dance in this moment, just kind of like flow in whatever way feels natural for you. It's a Monday, it's a moon day, it's a great day to make it your way, because I just want to say that I love you, and no matter what path you take, you will find your way. All paths lead home, all roads lead home. How many detours you take along the way is entirely up to you. Awesome. All right. Do a little hand mudra if you want. I just want to, like we were doing this last time. Remember last time, for those of you who tuned in, practicing with hand mudras. You can do this right now, and then we'll move right into the chakras. But I want you to practice this. I want you to get into the flow of realizing how intelligent your body is, And just kind of give yourself this practice. You're not just necessarily mimicking me right now, but I want you to practice moving your hands without actually thinking and making them act in symmetry. And this can be as simple movement or as a dynamic movement as you wish. But I want you to just kind of play with this and almost just be in awe of how intelligent your body is. And notice that this intelligence naturally takes place when you are out of your own way, when you stop overthinking. So just practice this for a moment. Add any sort of sound effects you want. And wrap it up with a giant exhale above your head. And when you're ready, just gently bring your hands down to heart center. Again, use your hand mudras to like anchor into the symbolism. So if you feel yourself throughout your day and you're just like, there's like, oh geez, like where am I right now? Do like a little hand mudra. Bring yourself into the symbolic awareness of being present in this moment. We'll go into more of that a little bit another time. Right now, we're going to move into the chakras. So the chakra practice, the chakra meditation that we do, for those of you who are unfamiliar, this is a practice based on the Gnostic teachings. If you go to my YouTube channel at Skull Babylon, for those of you who are already on my YouTube, you can find this under my new videos. You can also find this at paradigmshiftcentral.com. And this is actually a practice that, again, you know, is like ancient, incredibly old, and it focuses on the idea that each chakra, I'll just explain it real quickly because there's always new people joining, so thank you again everyone for joining. So for those of you who are just like looking for a quick explanation, the simplest way I would explain the chakras is that the chakras are energy vortexes spinning wheels throughout our body, and these wheels are organs of perception that exist in a multidimensional sense, and they are there to be able to receive information beyond the present moment, to actually be able to receive information from the future into the present moment, and also from the past into the present moment. So this is where we correlate our chakras with different faculties, such as our heart for inspiration, such as our voice for speaking, such as our gut for intuition. So when you think about intuition, you get that feeling. That feeling is data coming into you from the future. So by us working with this chakra practice, by practicing our mantras, which is the sound vibration which correlate to the different chakras, it allows us to exercise them like muscles, to become more in tune with them, so that we can get better at being able to receive and interpret this multidimensional information, so that we can flow through our life in that very Neo-like way. Like when Neo's like that, like that's like him like in his chakras. That's not him like overthinking. That's just him like being like, that's you being the water in that moment. So let's move right into this, starting with our brow chakra. This chakra is a lot to do with the faculty of clairvoyance, and the sound for this is the vowel I, which is pronounced as in ski. So what we'll do, we'll pronounce this 3 times together. It'll be the sound E. And when you're doing this, if you want to close your eyes, it's totally up to you. If you want to like eye gaze in a mirror, it's totally up to you. And we can just gently place our hands down on our at our hips, wherever it's comfortable, and focusing on the virtue of serenity. So this virtue is, again, just being in peace, being in the present moment, and then each one kind of adds into the next. So gently just kind of relax your shoulders, clear your throat, excuse me, straighten up your spine, gentle inhale, exhale on your own, big exhale, together inhale, and the sound E together. Deep inhale. E. Together again. Deep inhale through the mouth. Get as much air as you can. Together again. One more. Relax the face. Good, good. And just maintain again that feeling of serenity. We're going to bring this with us into all of our other chakras as we move through this. Focusing next on the throat chakra. This is pronounced with a vowel E, pronounced as in way. So the sound is A. You'll really, really feel this one in the throat. Like maybe it's just because like I can kind of hit that baritone note, but for I think for other people too, you'll really feel this one in the throat. And pay attention to the feeling in your body as you do each one. Again, just maintain this kind of very flow zen-like state. And the faculty for this one is again about speaking our truth. This is about the virtue of justness, about being able to speak our words into worlds and knowing when to speak, knowing when to listen. Again, we want to have the balanced chakra. Someone whose throat chakra is overly open would be someone who just like talks and talks and talks and talks, but doesn't really listen, and maybe, you know, says more than they need to. So be aware of that. And at the same time, too closed chakra would be someone who just doesn't really speak much. And again, that's not wrong, that's not right, but that balanced chakra is where we have a lot of power, where we're able to like speak our truth, speak with confidence, speak with that level of engagement. So focusing on the throat chakra, again, straightening up the spine, gentle inhale, exhale on your own. Inhale, next exhale, the sound A. Together. A. Again, deep inhale. Once more, deep inhale. Good, continuing to breathe. Awesome, you guys are doing wonderful. And again, this is like this practice is so beneficial. Like you are doing this is like, you know, going out and running. This is like exercising. This is really helping strengthen your body on a multidimensional level. So thanking you for showing up here for yourself. Moving next into the heart chakra. Again, the heart chakra has a lot to do with compassion, obviously, love, and also inspiration. So by being in our heart chakra, there's this very powerful phrase of, you know, do what makes your heart sing. And so when we're in tune with our heart chakra, we can really pay attention to that. You know, like that's a good question to ask. What makes my heart sing, right? What inspires me? Follow that which inspires you. So when we're in tune with our heart chakra, we can kind of have that guidance to be like, oh, like that's where I'm feeling called to. So listen to that, because that calling is actually, again, information from the future that's saying like, hey, like that future, like that's actually where you want to be. So that's why we're pulling it to you through this message of inspiration. And again, the word inspire, igniting the spire, the pillar of light within us. So the vowel for this is the sound O, pronounced as in snow. So it'd be O. And again, really feel this one in your heart. Put your hands on your heart if you want to do that there. Gently close your eyes. And again, focus on love. Focus on service, on compassion, on having balanced love, having important, healthy boundaries for yourself, being able to give and receive. So again, gentle inhale, exhale on your own. Relax your face, straighten your spine. Together, inhale. Next exhale, the sound O. O. Together again, inhale. Focusing on the virtue of compassion. Inhale. Beautiful. Awesome. All right, moving into the next chakra, moving into the solar chakra. Solar chakra is the vowel sound U, pronounced as in blue, so the sound is ooh. I love that noise. And again, with this one, it is a lot to do with the the faculty of telepathy, the gut feeling, the instinctual feeling, and also the virtue of temperance. Temperance is about the willpower, being able to take only what we need, being able to have control over our impulses, and being able to just be able to have a better relationship with any sort of like our desires, our impulses, or things like that. So again, if you're feeling like there's like certain things in your life that you're just trying to cut out of, like, it doesn't mean that the best way to like develop a relationship with them may not be to always just cut it out entirely, but it may mean just developing relationships so that you can still have those things. So, like having a beer, smoking some weed, like watching some Netflix or something like that, position that in a way so that you're rewarding yourself with that, if that is something that you want to develop a relationship of reward with, instead of using it as a crutch or an indulgence in that sense. So again, with any of our vices, you got to reflect, is it serving you, or is it just satisfying you? And how can it serve you? Maybe there's a vice that can still serve you, depending on how you adjust your relationship with it through the adjustment of your temperance. And again, temperance is just like another word for moderation. So hands gently on our solar chakra. The vowel sound for this one is the sound U, pronounced as in blue, so ooh. So again, closing our eyes, straightening up the spine, moving into this. We got a couple more, and then we will wrap it up here, and you'll be on your way for another exciting adventure of the week. Yes. All right, deep inhale, exhale on your own. Deep inhale together, the sound U. Inhale. U. Together again, inhale. One more. Deep inhale, as much air as possible. Good, awesome. And again, with any of these exercises, you can always you can always kind of think about like the visualization of the chakras. So you can visualize the colors, you can visualize kind of energy, you can visualize this openingness, you can just kind of feel it, become more in tune with that, and it will guide it. Again, energy flows where your attention goes. So if you visualize the chakras kind of like, that will happen on like kind of like a micro energetic level. So it's moving into the next chakras. The next chakras are the pulmonary chakras. Again, those of you who are tuned in perhaps the first time, maybe you've never even heard of the pulmonary chakras. Pulmonary chakras are the chakras that are correlated with the term ultra memory. And this is the idea of being able to connect with our past lives, our future lives, our ancestors. Very, very powerful. So again, with all the chakras, thinking about how they're receiving information from the future, from the past, from a nonlinear perspective, from that holographic plane. And again, the chakras, I didn't explain this before, but we have multiple bodies. We have our physical body, our etheric, our mental, our astral body. So the chakras are kind of like the organs that exist for the astral body in that sense. So, awesome. All right, what do you mean when you say pew pew pew? Did I say pew 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 this broadcast? I don't think I said pew pew pew. Anyways, pew 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 pew. That's just me sending love lasers. Pew 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 pew. Obviously. Okay, sweet. All right, let's move into the pulmonary chakras. So first, I just want to invite you to just be able to massage the chakras. So just like do that. These chakras, honestly, these ones, super, super sensitive. If you have not massaged this area in like 5 years, you're gonna be like, but again, that's a good thing. Get into that fascia, deep tissue massage. So there's multiple things you should be practicing every single day. Body movement, tissue massage, breathing, simple things like that make a huge difference. So if you're just sitting there at your work and you're just not doing anything, massage yourself. Like if you have nothing better to do, breathe. If you're like in between work, taking a break, move, right? So like we just gotta get into this habit, create this routine, and develop that relationship where we feel the reward of it. So just wiggle your tail right now. I just want you to wag your tail. Yeah, you're doing it. We're activating your chakras, yeah! Okay. Moving into the pulmonary chakras, the sound for this is the sound A, pronounced as in saw, so it'd be so again, we got just a couple more, two more after this one, then we're almost done, and then you'll be on your way. So thank you again, everyone, for being here and putting up with my ridiculous impressions, my voice impressions. So for the next chakra, we'll be activating our ultra memory. Should I do that? Should I just do some like weird kids cartoon show where it's just like, I don't know, maybe we'll see. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll do it. Okay, pulmonary chakras, closing your eyes, going quiet just for a second, keeping the smile. Absolutely, don't forget to smile. Smiling should be a big part of your morning practice and routine, and we'll do more of that throughout this broadcast. Closing your eyes, bringing your awareness into, again, the association with the chakra, bringing gratitude into your connection with your ancestors and your connection with your future as well. 7 generations back, 7 generations before. Think of all that has happened that has brought you into this moment. You are in the most amazing moment to be alive right now. So much. If you're watching this video through a mobile device and you have a roof over your head, you are in incredibly gifted time, and you are here because of all of the freaking crazy ass like tigers that your ancestors had to run away from in order to be able to survive so that you could be here. So just think about that for a second and make the most of it. Use your privilege for a good purpose. And you are. By shifting yourself, you shift the world. Eyes closed, gentle inhale, exhale on your own. Together, inhale, and the sound is ah. So together, deep inhale, much air as possible. Really feeling this one. Inhale. Gratitude for our ancestors. Inhale. Beautiful. And so there's some very powerful ideas that begin to open up when you think about the idea of activating our chakras, our pulmonary chakras, to be able to connect with our ancestors. You know, one thing, and aloha to everybody who may just happen to be joining in at this moment. Again, I'm so glad that you're here. Like, honestly, like, you being here is just like the happiest thing in the world for me right now. So straight up. So I just want to be able to remind us that the pulmonary chakras, when we work with these, what if I were to sell you this, if I were to just be like, if you were to practice activating your pulmonary chakras, it would unlock an ability within this video game where you can actually call upon the guidance of your ancestors in any moment. What if humans are actually designed to work like that? Where, like, on a multidimensional level, if we're just kind of feeling, we're just like, oh my god, like, I have to do like a big presentation today, or like I have to like accomplish some big task or something like that, or maybe it's something more ceremonial where it's like, or I'm like going into a sweat lodge. What if it's literally just a process of activating the code through the power of our thought to be like, I invite my ancestors to join me in this moment. And maybe, again, through the other aspects of our chakras, maybe that begins a bit of a dialogue. Maybe if we allow ourselves to listen, maybe your ancestors will just be able to pass on a message of just being like gratitude, or you know, or just like, yes, confirmation, affirmation. There's conversations that we can have with other aspects of like our bigger self, other spirits, and this happens like through our chakras, or at least that's one way of thinking about it. So I invite each of us every single day to be able to connect with our ancestors. And actually, this is just a quick practice, and I'm not trying to take up too much of your time, but I really just want to be able to share this with you, and then we'll go right into the last two. What I do each and every day when I go walking, there's a specific tree that I have on my walking path that I hug every single time that I walk past it. And to me, this is like the tree of my ancestors. And when I hug it, I literally in that moment connect with like the memory of all of my loved ones who have passed on, including my animals. And that was originally like where it came from. Like, my dog would always piss on that tree, right? And then so it would be like, oh, that's my dog tree, that's the Shelby tree. But eventually that tree just became like kind of symbolic for all ancestors. So every time I'm walking, I'll literally just go hug that tree, and I'll just kind of, even if I'm creating the dialogue, it would just be this dialogue of just kind of like bro fist, you know, like, yo, you're doing it, man. Like, yes, like, keep doing it. And that dialogue is like coming forth from me expressing gratitude for my ancestors, as well as me receiving that gratitude from my ancestors. So if you do not have an ancestor tree yet, go find one. I mean, it can be any tree. Honestly, you could, like, how crazy is that? Any tree you hug is a way to be able to connect with your ancestors. Let's open up that possibility, right? So next time you're out in nature, go find a tree, hug it, and take a moment to connect with your ancestors. And if you can return to that tree repeatedly, absolutely, please feel free to incorporate that. So I just want to be able to pass that on to you. Let's move into our sacral chakra and then our root chakra, and then we'll GTFO and get on with our day. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so the sacral chakra, again, the sacral chakra is the virtue of chastity, and it is a lot to do with the faculty of astral projection and also just like activating the chakras in general. Again, if I were trying to sell you why this is so important, this is about cultivating our sexual energy. And again, it's worth mentioning every single broadcast because there are people that they never taught me this in school. The idea that cultivating our sexual energy transmutes that energy into all of the vitality of our body. It helps activate all of the other chakras. It helps activate astral projection capability. It helps activate willpower, inspiration, vitality, decision-making process, inspiration. So by you practicing cultivating your sexual energy, it doesn't mean don't have sex. It doesn't mean don't, love yourself. It just means don't spill your cup every single freaking night like you did when you were 16, Story of my life, right? No one told me otherwise. Anyways, enough about that. Let's focus on you. So hands gently just down on your sacral chakra. And again, this applies for males and females. So just developing a healthy relationship with your sexual energies. So important. And as you do this practice, even just breathing here, at any point throughout the day, just kind of visualize the energy moving up your spine and filling like the rest of your body. It kind of goes up your spine, over your head, down past your heart. And you can just kind of visualize this. And if you flex your sphincter or your Kegel or that muscle between the anus and the genitals, like that in itself is like a pump. And it moves the energy up. So be sure to kind of like practice that. Look up Mantak Chia for more information on that. Okay, let's keep moving through this. Again, I just want to be able to honor the fact that this is like, it always goes for like so much longer. Anyways, okay. One of these days it will be less than 30 minutes. But again, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we're having fun. Let's move into this one. The vowel sound is the sound M, pronounced as in Close our eyes. Again, focusing on good relationship with our sexual energies, releasing shame of what our past is, choosing who we want to be in the future, choosing who we choose to be in this moment, developing a healthy relationship. Gentle inhale, exhale on your own. Giving yourself the gift of this cultivation. Deep inhale again. The sound M. Together again, twice more. Again. Beautiful. Awesome. All right, we got one more chakra. And again, I encourage you to do these mantras throughout the day. If you're just like walking around, if you're making breakfast, if you're taking a shower, do these at any point. The more you do it, the better in that sense. So we're just doing it for a very quick one this morning. Focusing on the last chakra, the chakra of the root, focusing on patience. And again, this is a lot to do with connecting with the earth energy, the energy of Gaia herself, the spirit of the earth, the colors of the winds. Who's breaking out into Pocahontas song right now? I can hear you singing. Is it Danny? I think it's Danny. Anyways, I think it's all of us. Next time, tune in tomorrow, we'll sing that song, I swear. We will, I promise. Okay. Root chakra, patience. You have been practicing patience just by being here in this practice. You've been giving yourself this gift. The power of patience is so important. Nature is very patient. You are nature. Practice patience and you will be able to receive the gifts of the growth. So, let's close your eyes in this moment. The vowel sound for this is the vowel sound S, pronounced as in S, and it is the rising of the serpent, the kundalini, if you want to think about it that way. Don't think too hard about it, or the sizzling of the fire in that sense. So as we do this one, again, you can almost visualize like a fire at the base of your roots, and this fire is kind of like the heat from it is beating the drum of your heart. It is igniting all the other chakras. So allow ourselves to be rooted into our power, into our patience. You're going to have an awesome week. You're going to have an awesome day, regardless of what happens. Think about that for a second. It's very powerful. Gentle inhale, exhale on your own. Relax your face, relax your eyebrows. Together, deep inhale, the sound S. Again, deep inhale. Once more, deep inhale. Stay here just for a few more breaths and be in this place of patience. Allow yourself to observe, how does the body feel right now after your practice? Feeling more open, feeling more energized, feeling like a cosmic badass you are. Again, the context of why we do this, of why I am so passionate about showing up for this practice, is because we are stepping into our own paths of self-mastery. We owe it to ourselves and we owe it to others to be able to become more in tune with our body, physically, etherically, to activate our latent abilities, to step into our potential as multidimensional beings, as superhumans, Homo luminous, so that we can use our natural abilities to be able to lead by example, to bring more love, more creativity, more art, more inspiration into this world, and to share our love as medicine for others, to bring that code into the matrix. You're doing it. So let's go back to that moment that I mentioned earlier, reminding ourselves there is always time for one more breath. So take a few more breaths here. Completely remove any feeling of you needing to rush. Give yourself that permission. Give yourself that gift. There is always time for one more breath. Breathe here for just a few more. Relax. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Just add in a couple extra bonus breaths. You can get any just sort of big audible exhales in the, out there. So just add in a few of those. Wiggle your tail a bit. Add in a little bit of dance. Oh yeah, you're doing awesome. You gave yourself this gift. You're feeling great. And now the next thing you're going to do is go take a cold shower after this, and it's going to feel even better. At least that's my plan. That's my plan after this, is go take a cold shower. Again, for those of you who are tuned into this, honestly, for everyone who's tuned into this, if I could just like individually just plant that seed of the power of cold showers, please feel free to do it. Please feel free to try it as a part of your practice, as a part of your meditation, as a gift for yourself. Cold showers aren't just about cold showers. It's the mental relationship between you and the cold showers. If you can step into a cold shower, it doesn't mean the entire shower is cold. Have a regular shower, turn it cold for like 30 seconds. At the end, even less, a minute more, and see that as a symbolic power, like a symbolic power that you're stepping into, where it's like, wow, okay, if I can do my cold shower, then anything else today, I can do that too. You know, I can conquer my obstacles. I can conquer these challenges. I can master that job interview. Because the cold shower is me stepping into the discomfort with courage, with power. And I invite you to develop this relationship. This is very powerful. I was sharing this yesterday with someone of when you do cold showers, or even this in this moment right now, when you do these little things, see it as victory for yourself. So you being here practicing this right now, I want you to associate this with victory. Right now, this is victory for you. By you doing this practice, you took time to do this, victory. You taking a cold shower, instead of you being like, oh my God, no cold shower, I want you to associate that feeling of the shower hitting you and being like, oh, I want you to associate that with like that sound when you like open up the treasure chest in Legend of Zelda and it's like and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm so fucking awesome, yeah, I've earned this, like I'm proving it to myself, yes, 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 yes. Develop that relationship. It will change. Instead of dreading it, you actually move into the discomfort and it helps you become more empowered. It helps you become even more inspired. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We will wrap it up on that note. So again, I just want to be able to remind people, if you're chatting on Instagram, be sure to like pay attention to who's here, follow each other's profiles, share this video with your friends. If you're watching this on YouTube, we've actually got about 7 people tuned in on YouTube, and that's been an increase since last week. I know we have a lot more new people on YouTube because of my new Alita video that I put out. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out on my channel at Skull Babylon. If you're new to this on YouTube, please feel free to leave a comment. Just let me know. Just be like, first time here. Let me know what you thought. I invite you to be able to return here again. If you do this once a week, that's okay. If you can do this 5 times a week, each and every time, if you have the opportunity, tune into it afterwards. Again, you're not doing this to impress me. You're doing this for you, and you will receive the benefits of it. And eventually, once you do this for enough, you will be able to levitate. Is he joking though? I don't know. Seriously, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. No, seriously, I think so. At least within your astral dreams, you'll be able to levitate 100%. I can promise you that. So again, opening up your latent faculty abilities. Wow, this one was like an hour long, but I enjoyed it. I think this is what we need for, again, to start our week. So sending you guys so much good vibes. Again, be sure to check out more at paradigmshiftcentral.com. We got a lot more stuff coming your way. Again, I am here. I am dedicated. I am devoted to being able to create inspirational conscious media for the community, as well as helping uplift the entire community. What you're going to be seeing a lot more in the future is individual interviews with people in the community, showing what they're doing, telling their story. So if that's something, if you're just like, hey, Brendan, I'd love to be like interviewed as a guest on your podcast, it's going to be the podcast. It's going to be a new show we're starting called Leading the Shift. So if you're just like, hey, I'd love to share my story and share about what I'm doing and how I'm helping shift the world, I'd love to be a guest, let me know. I'll put you down on the list. And again, reminding everyone that this is literally my full-time job as an entrepreneur, and it's made possible thanks to community support. So inviting you guys to join as super supporters. Our objective is to get 10 new super supporters each week, and super supporters are contributing monthly donations to the best of their ability. And when you do that, you also get your 25% off discount key, which allows you to get items from the Quest item shop, such as the exclusive Light Guardian crystals, shift buttons, which have the Paradigm Shift Central website on them. You use these to share with people. If you're a Patreon supporter, you are a super supporter. So if you're on Patreon, message me to get your 25% off discount key, okay? If you haven't done that yet, and I'll make sure that I get it synced up. Again, if you're just watching this in the future, please feel free to send me a message. Just reply with an emoticon. It's super, super important for me to just be able to know who I'm connected with and make sure I'm following your profile. So with that said, thank you again so much for being here. This is like, again, I love it. I love being able to show up here together as a team, to be able to hold each other accountable. And that's super, super powerful. And let's continue to take what we embody here and spread it with us throughout the rest of the today. So again, just taking a moment here, I just want to finish it off just with a little bit of eye gazing. So I'm just going to eye gaze just with Instagram. And then we got people on YouTube. I'll just kind of go back and forth. So I just want us to breathe here in this moment. So I want you to remember that whatever unfolds, that you have already achieved your goal. For simply by being here, you have already won. For you are the end of that which has always begun. Within the center of your heart, within the beating of your chest, each and every day is an invitation for you to step into your best. So share your gift with this world by being who you are, as you help awaken others to the remembrance of the stars. Aho. Awesome. Conclude your practice in a way that you feel fit. And again, really thinking about this. This is a practice. This is ritual. This is routine. This is ceremony. Super, super powerful. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This has been Brendan, aka Mystic Spider-Man, aka Skull Babylon. If you're on YouTube, make sure you follow me at Mystic Spider-Man on Instagram for more inspirational content. Lots more stuff coming your way. Busy, successful week. Everyone is going to do awesome. Thank you guys so much. And again, remember, have a great day regardless of what happens. Think about that. It's all mindset. Everything's here to make you stronger. Everything's here to level you up. So keep leveling up. Awesome. Again, thank you again so much. I love you. Until next time, I will see you in the future. Much love, peace, wholeness, and keep it shifty. I love you guys. You're doing awesome. Thank you, YouTube. So happy to have you guys here. Seriously, bonus